There's this rumor floating around the internet, and a lot of people have been talking about it. I kind of avoid it. For some reason, anything I do on Trump, no one wants to watch it. Trump, and it says, Americans who died in war are losers and suckers. And they're saying that's what Donald Trump said. I was like, wow, that's a strong statement to make. It says the president has repeatedly disparaged the intelligence of service members and asked that wounded veterans be kept out of military parades. Multiple sources tell The Atlantic. So I said, wow, man, that's a bad story. That's not one of those good stories. That's not a real pick-me-upper. That's not it's not a good story. That's rough. I mean, hey, I don't know. Let me look a little further into this. Let me find out what this is, because that's a harsh thing to say that Trump said. Did Trump say that?
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Nora is off tonight. I'm Chip Reed. We begin tonight with growing outrage in the wake of an explosive report claiming the president insulted members of the military who sacrificed their lives for this nation. In the report, The Atlantic magazine says the president privately referred to fallen American troops as, quote, suckers and losers. Moments ago, the president said the report is a hoax and called Americans in uniform heroes. His election opponent, Joe Biden, spared no time in blasting him today. Biden was in Wilmington, Delaware, where he lashed out at the president, invoking the service of his late son, Beau, and others who volunteered for the military. Biden also spoke about the economy, which today offered a glimmer of hope in the middle of a pandemic.
Before I begin, I want to speak a little bit to what they talked about and the revelations about President Trump's disregard for our military and our veterans. And quite frankly, if what is written in The Atlantic is true, it's disgusting. And it affirms what most of us believe to be true, that Donald Trump is not fit to be the job of president, to be the commander-in-chief. The president reportedly said, and I emphasize reportedly said, that those who sign up to serve instead of doing something more lucrative are suckers. Let me be real clear. When my son was an assistant U.S. attorney and he volunteered to go to Kosovo while the war was going on as a civilian, he wasn't a sucker. When my son volunteered and joined the United States military as the Attorney General and went to Iraq for a year, won the Bronze Star and other commendations, he wasn't a sucker. The servicemen and women he served with, particularly those who did not come home, were not losers. If these statements are true, the president should humbly apologize to every Gold Star mother and father and every Blue Star family that he's denigrated and insulted. Who the heck does he think he is?
The Atlantic now claims Trump told his senior staff, "Why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers." It also says Trump referred to the fallen soldiers as suckers for getting killed.
It's a fake story, and it's a disgrace that they're allowed to do it.
A fuming president denied the claims today.
It was a terrible thing that somebody could say the kind of things, and especially to me, because I've done more for the military than almost anybody else.
The Atlantic reporting is based on 4 cowardly anonymous sources who probably do not even exist. Meanwhile, within hours, 10 sources, 10, went on the record debunking these lies.
I stand by my reporting. I have multiple sources telling me this is what happened, and so I stand by it.
That's a lot of people saying you said some really foul stuff there, Trumpy. Hey, can we just cut the shit for a second? Can we keep it real? It sounds like something Trump would say. I mean, doesn't it sound like something he would say? You know, losers and suckers. That sounds like a rich guy statement. Sounds like somebody who's been on the top 1% or 1% would say, you know? I mean, not just about vets, about all of us. It fits the tenor of Trump. Now, I don't know if he said it. I'm saying it sounds like he could have said it. Yeah, it sounds like he could say it. Like, it's not out of the realm. Like there are things you could picture Tim Black saying, like, mofo. You know, like certain, you know, this mofo is a big mouth loser. You know, this guy is a sellout loser. He's a neoliberal piece of garbage. Like, you would be like, yeah, that sounds like Tim Black. He might say that. You know, because this person is a Uncle Tom ass-kissing, neoliberals, throw us all under the bus, you know, buttermilk biscuit eating, you know, lying degenerate, you know, backstabbing the black community, just throw us under the bus for money. You'd be like, yeah, it sounds like something. He might have said that about certain people. You could. So what I'm saying is Donald Trump, he does come off like a guy who would say that about people. Now, be it as it may. Be it as it may. This is just politics being played out, right? I mean, come on, guys. This was something, look, this happened, they say, in 2018 on a visit to Paris, a cemetery. Trump didn't want to go to the cemetery. He's like, I don't want to go to the cemetery. It's raining. My wig might get wet or something like that, right? Whatever his reasons were. Yeah, he says, now this is according to the Atlantic. Trump rejected the idea of the visit because he feared his hair would become disheveled in the rain and because he did not believe it's important to honor American war dead, according to 4 people with first-hand knowledge of the discussion that day. All right, you know what I want to get to a part of this. I want to get to a part of this that's more important, and I want you to know, first of all, I'm not here to desecrate the dead. I'm not here to, you know, throw salt in the wounds of any people who have lost family members, loved ones, friends, neighbors, in any war, in any engagement that we're ever in, right? So I'm trying to thread the needle on this, okay? I'm not going to use the word sucker. But if you believe that we fight wars for good causes, if you believe America has been intervening in the Middle East because they care about the people of the Middle East, if you believe we spend all that money on war to help vets live good lives, if you believe that it's a good idea that we have people who go join the armed services because they don't have any opportunities where they live. I know when I was a kid, that's why we joined. We joined because we wanted to go to college and we didn't have money for college. So a lot of my friends joined because they were offering college. They were offering jobs, Johnson. But if you believe that all those things were done because America's so altruistic and they really want you to succeed and they really care about those little brown babies in the Middle East, and they're just the great uniters, the moral leaders of the world. If you believe that, I'm not going to say you're a sucker, but I will say you have been fooled. You need to wake up and smell the coffee. You need to know that your government does what it does for money and profit and power, not to save the world. And if you look into the eyes of a soldier with PTSD, and you have an honest conversation with them about what they now think of why they were over there, what they were doing, why they were doing it, I think they might say some more harsher things than Donald Trump. Now, all that being said, Trump's the last person in the world who should be able to talk about this because this is Mr. Bone Spurs. That's Mr. Bone Spurs himself. Oh, I can't join. My legs don't work. Tea time. Oh, I can't join. I got flat feet. Tea time. So that guy can't talk, okay? That guy needs to shut all the way up. He needs to shut his ass up. He should be, somebody, a Gold Star family should just line up and smack him. That's what they should do. They should just smack the little bit of lips he has off his face. Theoretically, not realistically. Don't send this people to my house. I'm joking. This is a joke. Do not do anything to Donald Trump. But if you don't go to war and you're criticizing veterans and you didn't go to war because your ankle hurt, all right. So what I'm saying is, we lie to people, we lie to each other so much. This country lies to its citizens. It sells them a false sense of goods. Okay? I do believe that. So two things can be true at the same time. It can be true that Donald Trump sounds like he said this. It can be true that Donald Trump is a horrible individual who does think most of Americans are probably suckers and losers to Donald Trump. I mean, he was born a rich guy. He was born as dang. This is the only guy given $1 million to start out with a company that's worth multiple millions of dollars and goes, I'm self-made. And people go, yeah, he's self-made. You know what you know. Like 100-yard dash and he started on the 60. And you go, yeah, he won that race fair and square. Well, I was back negative 20 yards. Yeah, but he's so smart. He had money to pay people to do things for him. So the point of this is, I don't know if Donald Trump said these exact words, but I don't have to look into his soul to know that Trump is pompous, arrogant, elitist, prick. Just like Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, who are very close friends of his. And just like Joe Biden, who was also very good friends of theirs. He tries to do the old shucks, all shucks, all the fake lies, and the fake smiles, and the fake pointing and sniffing of hair, and all the other degenerate crap that goes on. People need to start seeing through it. Don't sign up to go to war. Don't sign up to drop bombs on poor people in foreign countries. You're not doing it for a good reason. Joe Biden should line up to get smacked himself. Joe Biden, if you really love the troops, it sounds like you love the vets and you respect the vets. And I heard your little speech, and that sounded like pretty good, reading it off a teleprompter. Good job. Good for you, sir. You almost got all the words right. Here's the thing. If you really cared about the vets, you would have made less vets. You'd have sent less people to war. You and Obama started us off with 2 wars and ended us up in 7 more wars. That's you. That's your legacy, Biden. It's creating more war. Not less war, more war. If you really cared about vets and cared about people in the armed services and valued human life that's not your life, or if you valued human life like you valued Bo's life, which we have to hear ad nauseum as you try to shame us or whatever you're doing, guilt trip us into believing that makes you a great guy because your son died. Gosh, there's a lot of people with dead sons, sir. You don't need to cart yours out in our memory every 2 seconds in order to try to defeat Donald Trump. But if you really cared about these servicemen and women like you say you do, you would send us to less war. You would drop less bombs. And you would commit, which I have heard no commit, of bringing any soldiers home. In fact, I hear whispers that you may send more troops out so you can take your grandstanding and your gaslighting and your virtue signaling and go shove that somewhere as well. See, it's easy when you just call it straight. See how easy it is, Bakari Sellers? See how easy it is? Easy it is, Simone Sanders? You see how easy it is, Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid and all of you? When you just tell the truth. It's just easy. You have no weight on your shoulders. You leave nothing out. You call Obama on his garbage. You call Trump on his. You call George W. Bush. You call them all on their shit, and you don't have to sleep well like a baby at night. It may not be a very expensive bed, but it's not full of skeletons in your closet or in your bed. You know, you get to hold your head up high and have a phone system that sucks. But you feel good about who you are. You build a... So anyway, expect more stupid stories. Instead of talking about the wars that Trump hasn't gotten us out of yet, he hasn't got us in new ones, but he did say he's going to bring people home. He kept saying that. Instead of talking about instead of there being an article about, hey, Trump didn't bring more troops home like he said he would, we get an article saying he doesn't care about troops. And that, my friends, is from the party that says they're for peace. There is no peace party in this country. There is no peace party. Hell, you're lucky if you get a peace sign out of these guys. They take poor people and put them in harm's way to make money, and they get contracts. That's what we do, okay? And if you believe otherwise, you're not a sucker, you're just misinformed. And I wish you got informed.